Guys, and welcome back to the Swarthy King channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for yet another week of content. We have some great things coming your way. I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Please continue to push to your friends, your family members, your church members, your co-workers, because the channel is young and we can still use all the help that we can get. I want to go ahead and share my contact information with you guys. My email address is liveup254@gmail.com. That's LIVEUP254@gmail. We also have an Instagram page up right now. It's The Swarthy King. Please go follow us there on Instagram. We'll be sharing all the updates from YouTube and any events that we have going on around town that we are participating in, and we may be in a town near you. So let's go ahead and get right into today's video. Today's video is entitled, Why We Should Move Like the Lions. Not off of Empire, not those guys, but why we should move like the lions, you know, the king of the jungle with the big mane. But before we get started, I want to share some information with you guys, you know, just some fun facts, right? So the lion is the fourth largest cat in the world. They are fourth to the liger, which is a genetically enhanced cat that they made in the lab somewhere. These things are huge. You should go check them out. They're on YouTube. Tons of videos there. They stand about 11 feet tall, 800 pounds. Then there's the Siberian tiger. They stand at about 3 feet tall, but they are about 700 pounds. And then there's the Bengal tiger, which stands at 3 feet tall, 600 pounds. So you're probably saying to yourself, with the lion is maybe like 4 feet tall or so, and they come in at maybe just a little bit over 400 pounds. How is it that this cat is the king of the jungle, right? And the thing that makes them paramount to all the other cats is the fact that they have a sense of community. They work effectively as a group. So when you're working effectively as a group, it's very difficult to infiltrate anything like that, right? And these are things that we need to have as a community. And right now, I'm specifically talking to swarthy skin, olive skin, brunette colored skin people like myself. We lack community. And that's one thing that we need to be able to have more of. We should be in a place where we can hold each other accountable. If you see someone that's misbehaving, or you see a child or someone that's headed down the wrong path, as a community, we should be able to approach those children or approach that someone and let them know, hey, listen, you're headed down the road of destruction. You're either going to end up in the penitentiary or you're going to end up in the graveyard, you know? And with the climate in which we live right now, with police brutality and stuff like that, we need to be more proactive than reactive. You know, we need to be able to get to these people who need guidance to guide them before the police get a hold of them. And then the next thing you know, we want to riot, we want to picket, we want to protest, you know, and we all know that there are no benefits from any of these things for us right now. So I think that we need to understand the importance of having a sense of community. In addition to accountability, having a sense of community is a good thing as far as resources. Being able to pull your resources together. If there's something that I don't know how to do that you know how to do, I should be able to come to you and say, hey, listen, I have this problem. Can you help me out? You know, and we should be able to pull our resources together without thinking that we are separate. Right now, we are in a neighborhood mindset. A neighborhood is a bunch of individuals who live together in a collective area, but everybody's just an individual. They're all doing their own thing. And that's what we need less of. We need to move more as a unit. We should be able to have the men in the community that are teaching the young men, the young boys that are growing up, how to be men, how to provide, how to protect, how to carry yourself in a certain way, you know, how to prove yourself to be trustworthy to your woman. You know, so let's be honest. The only way that you're going to trust me with anything is if I prove myself to be trustworthy to you. If I'm out here acting a fool and cutting up, you're not going to look at me as a person who's a good example, right? As an elder in the community or whatever the case may be. I need to step up as a man and be counted and take care of what I need to take care of. That way, my woman will be able to, you know, respect me and know that I'm going to take care of her. And when it comes to that, she will know that, okay, he has my best interest at heart. And she won't have to try to fight to be something that she doesn't need to be for our home, because she knows that I will be able to lead her. And the women, they need to be able to teach the young women how to be feminine, you know, how to be nurturing, and how to support their man, you know. And right now we have, especially with a lot of the movements that we have going on right now with the Me Too movement, feminist movement. I mean, women, I understand that everybody's fighting for rights and stuff like that. But let me explain something to you guys. There has to be hierarchy, okay? Not everyone can be the head of the movement. Not everyone can be a head. And referring back to the lions, the male lion is the head of the pack, but the women and the female lioness, they're just as impactful and as important to the movement as the males are. But there still has to be some hierarchy in the community in order for it to work. You know what I mean? And like I said, that is what causes them to be the kings and the queens of the jungle. You know, like I said, we live in a world where right now there's not a lot of value on our lives. You know, there's not a lot of value. And so when we look at the state of the world and we need to have more togetherness, you know, like the lions, we need to have more togetherness. We need to be more of a unit so that we can move in a forward direction. You know, we need to have that accountability one to another. We need to have the respect level up. We need a lot of therapy. You know, there's a lot of things that's going on and a lot of things that's happened to us as a people, and we need to have the conversation. And you said, well, how can we start to have more of a community mindset? It's a good question. It starts with you. It starts with me as a man in my house. You know, I can't go out here and try to fix what everyone else has going on if my house is in a shambles. You know, I need to be the man in my home. I need to make the right steps to make sure that my family is taken care of emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that I'm adding whatever I need to add into my home. And then I can go to my neighbor and I can say to my neighbor, brother, you know, we need to do this, that, and the third. And he's going to respect me because guess what? I've taken those steps in my home. And then we can push it and through the neighborhood, right? And then we can go outside of the neighborhood and go into the city, and from the city to the state, and then push it abroad into the country. Now, I know that sometimes, you know, you guys are thinking, oh man, you know, we're lost. This could never happen. But if we do not start to have this community mindset, we're going to be a very lost group of people. It's going to get worse for us before it gets better. So we need to start taking into account that this is an essential part of our survival. As much money as we're pumping into the community, why is it that we have the less influence on the community and the world that we live in? You know, we spend money on shoes, on clothes, all these things that don't have any value. We don't understand the difference between assets and liabilities. You know, you'll have people who go out here and they'll have paid off their car, right? And then they'll take that car after they paid it off a month later and go trade it in to get a brand new car with another monthly payment on it. That's foolish. This car is now an asset to you. It still runs. It's still able to get you from point A to point B, right? And you're not putting any money into it. I mean, you know, of course, if there's something that's wrong with it, you can get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? You've been driving the car all this time. If there's anything that's going on with it, you can get it fixed. But once you get it fixed, guess what? It's fixed. You don't have to keep putting money into it. As opposed to going out here and getting a new car. We have to understand the difference between assets and liabilities in our community. We have to understand how important we are to this world and how important we are to one another, because that's the only way that we are going to survive, is if we lean on each other in a community type of way and have that community mindset. So where does it start? It starts with me. It starts with you. And it starts with holding ourselves accountable in our homes, making the proper steps to get our affairs in order. And then we can go out and we can teach each other. And from there, you show that love, you share your resources, and we can grow together as people. And I know right now it seems hard. It seems like it can't be done, but we're going to have to do it. Because we're going to be eliminated and we're going to be a thing of the past if we don't. Men, please, we got to stand up. We got to be counted. Not for, the benefit of a woman and trying to impress. No, just for you. Just for your self-worth. There are things, we have to evaluate ourselves on a daily basis. We have to evaluate ourselves on a daily basis. Where am I wrong? Where can I improve as a man so that I could be beneficial to the people around me? These are things that we have to start looking at. So I just wanted to drop a little video about that and the importance of the sense of community, giving you guys an example of what a real community is about and how it can be beneficial and how we need to be a community for our survival as people. Because right now we are all fighting our own individual battles and it's not getting us anywhere. So I wanted to take the time to share that with you guys. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments. I love to hear from you guys. You know, share the information. This is all the stuff that I'm saying. I know it may seem and sound cliche. I always say this in every video, but you know what? Again, we have gotten away from the basics. These are things that we need to know. These are conversations that we need to have. And sometimes the conversations are uncomfortable, but it has to start. We got to start somewhere. So again, please like, share, subscribe the videos, leave a comment, and remember to live up, rise above all the negativity in your life and the nonsense, and keep pushing in a positive direction. Until next time, guys, I love you guys. Peace. Have a good week.